of stuff to take off the tape. I mean, fourth down of the game, we're in zone. It's inexcusable for that ball to even be completed. They fumble a ball, and we have everybody on the defense run up instead of staying in coverage. And then that last touchdown, it's cover 3. I know Corey's disappointed. I thought he did a really good job stopping the run. But, we found out a lot about our guys today on both sides of the ball. The penalties, those are on me. I mean, at the end of the day, those are on me. And they said they captured me getting on Luther pretty good about it. And that's the bottom line. That was selfish football, and it's got to get cleaned up. But I'm sure glad he's on our team for 100-something yards. So with that, I'll take it for questions.
Eli, what was the message at halftime? You mentioned the swing 8.
Yeah. We had them right where we needed them to be. We needed to finish. I thought it was going to come down to conditioning. You could tell it was getting hot out there. I thought our guys were like we said, we went right down and scored. I thought we were really in a peak position, but turnovers right there between penalties in the third quarter. I've never seen that many flags on a single offense in my time, so got to go back and watch that and go from there.
Eli, you mentioned the defensive approach a little bit. Can you address kind of what the plan was? It looked, that you rushed 3 a lot of the day, just trying to keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, anytime you rush past an athletic quarterback like that, then you're playing with 10. And so we felt like that we had an advantage if we would keep him in the pocket. And, we did that for most of the game. You just can't bust coverages when you're doing that. So I thought they had a great plan, obviously, at the end of half to be able to stuff them right there, get us the ball back, go down and score. Third quarter, they really didn't do anything.
Just you mentioned that what did you see on those 2 busted coverages?
Yeah, just eyes in the backfield. So stuff that's got to get addressed. Blake Craig, difference in the game. Yep. Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions about his field goals last week, and I said I wasn't really concerned about it because I know he's got the leg for him to hit that 57-yarder at the end of half. I think gave our team a lot of confidence going into the half, and he had an excellent game today.
Coach, the rushing lanes for Nate and Marcus were pretty wide from the get-go. Talk about your offensive line at the point of attack today.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. Obviously, we got our outside zone working, and Nate and Marcus both do a really good job countering it. I thought the offensive line, we weren't able to get up to the second level as effectively in the second half, and we weren't finishing our blocks right there in the fourth quarter. But did enough to win the game.
Coach, you talk about wanting to see what the response would be from your team. At what point did you feel confident that it was the response you were looking for?
When they went down and scored, our offense went down and kicked a field goal. I felt like we were going to be fine moving the ball. It's just a continued, missed execution here, and that stuff's going to have to. If we want to be the team we want to be, we got to take personal responsibility in that. So.
How much did the game kind of shift in some ways on Trevez's interception?
I think it shifted a whole lot. We just kicked the field goal. Trevez gets the interception. Great return yardage. I'm not sure. I think it was a 3 or 4 play drive right there. I told everybody on the headsets that we were going to go for 2 when we scored the next possession because I just felt like we had fought so hard to get back in there. I wanted the game to be tied. So was really, really proud of Vez for setting us up, the offense for responding, and then the execution of the 2-point play.
A lot of defenses are focused on him, and that's going to be increasing. But would you like to see Luther get more involved earlier in the game? Is that something that is a focus for you guys? I don't think he had a touch in the first.
We got a lot of really good players, and the ball finds the players it's supposed to it's supposed to. If we were talking about the end of the first half, I would be concerned, but I'm not concerned. There's a couple of plays that were designed for him to be option A or B right there, and the quarterback, the other guy was open. So it is what it is. He has to maximize his opportunity, and he's got to stay disciplined in the third quarter.
Coach, talk about your defense and how they did stopping the run.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the key. We really felt like if we could stuff the run and contain the quarterback, that was the key to having success. And we really did that. We stuffed the run. We contained the quarterback after that first drive. I felt like we got into a rhythm of really compressing him in the pocket, and that was really the key for us. So.
You mentioned the 2-point play. You go for 2 fourth downs there on kind of that last drive. Is that just an approach of we're trying to end this, without them getting
Well, the approach right there was the ball was like at the 37, and there's no real statistical difference between being up 13 or 10. In fact, you could argue it's worse for you to be up 13 than 10 because they know that there's no longer a third down component. They got to go for it on fourth down, and so at that point, without really being able to flip the field, felt like at 4th and 4 that was a very makeable fourth down. Same thing on the 4th and 2. When we didn't get it on the 3rd and 4 and we actually lost 5 yards at that point, it was going to be better off to take the points.
The 2-point play, just curious what you saw, maybe quick timeout and how that play sort of developed.
We lined up wrong. Yep, that's why we had to call timeout. We lined up wrong.
Talk about halftime adjustments. Was there an adjustment? Was there a mindset difference between the first and second quarter? Because it flipped quite a bit from the first and second quarter to get 14 points go at half.
Again, guys, it was the first time that we had to face some adversity, and I think everybody kind of had to settle into what that fist fight was going to be, and that's really what happened. We kind of settled into what the fist fight was going to be and what we were going to have to do in order to respond. I knew it was going to – obviously, I thought we would start faster than that, but we didn't, and so that's the response. Said in the locker room, it's great to be 3-0. But there's got to be a lot of improvement in order for us to take on the SEC, which is what next week is.
Coach, 12 plays at 10 yards or more. How does getting those chunk plays kind of open up the flow of the offense?
Yeah, I thought we did a better job of creating some explosives in the pass game. Obviously, Luther had the big one. Mookie had 2, and then some of the run lanes. So those are always important. Got to keep searching for them.
22 carries for Nate Noel, big game for him, 121 yards. Just kind of talk about him, and do you consider it at this point kind of riding the hot hand?
Well, I think he got really hot on the outside zone, and he's just got so much experience carrying that play. We felt like it was going to be an outside zone game, and so that's kind of where we were going with him. Obviously, Nate or Marcus did a really good job getting his shoulders down, and I believe that last drive of the game was Marcus getting us the dirty 8 yards, and then obviously Brady finishing off right there. So, it's going to be whoever fits the strengths the most. So, hot hand, scheme decision, whatever.
Getting Brett back, do you feel like he got into the flow of the game and came out of unscathed?
Yeah, I haven't gotten any updates on injury report. Had a couple of catches. We had a couple more design plays in there that we just didn't get to. It's always great to have him back. We were a little bit worried about making sure we didn't do too much with him in the run game just because of that shoulder. But every week, every day he's getting a little bit stronger. So always good to have him back.
How important do you think that the timing of the Drayden Norwood pick was, especially after the last offensive series and what happened there?
Anytime you get turnovers, I think we turned it into 3 points right there. That was the one we went for it on fourth down twice was awesome. It was really good because we had done the exact same thing when he scrambled. We all just took off running like a dadgum Little League football team chasing the ball. So fortunate for us that Drayden had enough wherewithal to stay in zone cover.
You mentioned the response of your team, especially with so many new guys. Is that just you can't replicate?
You
that
don't
in
know.
Practice, right?
You have no idea. You have no idea. And you got to remember, I got new staff members. I got a lot of new staff. I got a lot of new players. And so for us to have to face some adversity and then figure out who we are, who we can count on, what are you going to do when your back's against the wall and you're tired, I think was really important. And then, guys who fell short of the standard today, they got to look themselves in the eye, look themselves in the mirror and say, I'm going to pick myself up and figure out how to improve and not let this happen again.
Coach, with some of the new staff, what did you see from Coach Batoon today and how he was then able to respond?
That dude's cool as a cucumber, man. Nothing phases him. Just up there dialing up great calls. He did lose it a little bit on the last coverage bust, but he's a vet. Can't say enough great things about him and the calming presence and the tactical advantages that he gives us. Again, disappointed that we gave up that many points, but he did a really good job keeping our guys focused for a very difficult contain. And really, the next week's quarterback is going to be real similar. So, we're going to have to. It's been real similar for the last 3 weeks.
Not to belabor the penalty thing, but you're clearly frustrated about it. Were you worried for a second that Luther might be out of the game after that second flag in the third there?
If he was,
The reason I ask is because he catches that third.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to get fined. the same crew that had the Georgia Clemson game. So don't know. ACC crew, same crew as the Georgia Clemson game. So I don't know.
Coach, thank you.
Good job, Cap. MIZ. Good job.
Thanks, Coach.